Why is Bayleef my favorite Pokemon? How did Bayleef reach the top of my list even though the Johto Pokemon got the least amount of screen time to develop? How did I fall in love with Bayleef so much that I made her my channel avatar? Not just my channel avatar, but my Google account, my Twitter, the top 10s, etc. In fact, it was Bayleef who made my favorite colors yellow and green. Look at my Reddit and Game Center profile, for example. Actually, Johto Pokemon got the least amount of screen time because their development was pushed back later in the season because the anime was spending more time properly sending off the Kanto starters. Not to mention, 80% of Johto was filler. Yes, Ash's Kanto Pokemon had even less screen time because the region had the most amount of Pokemon caught while having the least amount of episodes, but thanks to nostalgia and importance, Ash's Kanto Pokemon were able to squeeze into other regions and got plenty of more screen time. Ash's Johto Pokemon didn't get that development, besides Phanpy and Battle Frontier, which in the end balances out because Phanpy only got introduced in Master Quest. So if you combine Battle Frontier with Master Quest, you'll get approximately the same amount of screen time the other Johto Pokemon had. So why do I love Bayleef so much then? Logically, she shouldn't be my favorite. Let me tell you about the journey I went through while watching the Johto segment of Pokemon that made me fall in love with Bayleef. When we meet Bayleef, she's not a Bayleef just yet. She's a Chikorita. She's a stubborn, bold personality and was able to confront Ash's Charizard no problem. Her voice is cute, but still a strong girl, and her design shows how nobody should underestimate her simply because of size and cuteness overload. Eventually, Ash wins her heart, and Chikorita volunteers to join his team. Eventually, Chikorita's little crush on Ash is obvious, and we get some very good episodes out of it, such as this episode where Chikorita overcomes her jealousy and manages to develop a stronger friendship with Pikachu. Now, half of Johto was her first form, and the other half of the series arc was her second form. This ensures that we get to properly enjoy both her evolutions and personality, because there's plenty of time to develop each form and personality. So now that we enjoyed a lot of Chikorita's stubborn and cute personality, it was time to develop her further. Enter Chikorita's Bayleef evolution. She's still cute, very cute, as evident by both her visual and sound. But now she's struggling with her puberty, because middle evolutions are kinda like puberty. I mean, just look at combustion. This applies more since evolutions come instantly. When Bayleef evolves, she's still struggling with how big she is, and this is clearly evident in the episode after her evolution. She was still used to her short size and accidentally knocks Ash over when she tried to embrace him. Bayleef eventually does overcome her struggles later in the episode, and she and Ash develop a much closer friendship. So close, I was literally shipping them. Yup, you heard me right. I was shipping like your average anime fan. How did you become an average anime fan? Oh wait, it was probably because I've literally watched hundreds of anime episodes at this point. Anyways, Ash and Bayleef's friendship was very close at this point, and it wasn't instant. It took time to develop. Remember, we're in the dead middle of the Johto arc at this point, so almost 100 episodes have passed by now. So now that Bayleef has overcome her puberty, she has started to embrace her size and was able to create amazing episodes such as this one, where Bayleef wrestles a literal fighting Pokemon and wins. She managed to do that as a grass starter in her middle evolution. Bayleef is still very cute and the strong girl she was in the beginning. In fact, this is a perfect illustration of how a strong woman should work. Yeah, they might rely on men here and there, and they might like them a little, but their relationship with men is actually interesting. And they have friendship issues and all the stuff you expect from an interesting character would have. Bayleef isn't completely overpowered, as she has lost to Gary's Blastoise, but she was still very important in the Johto League and scored a victory against Harrison's Houndoom. So yeah, that is why Bayleef is my favorite Pokemon. She has a cuteness overload, she's interesting, she develops a lot while remaining consistent with her key character, she has an interesting close relationship with Ash, she has literally everything I could possibly want from a Pokemon. However, she had missed potential. A lot. So much so that I managed to discuss a lot more about her missed potential in my Pokemon video and say far more than filler. Yes, I noticed a lot more potential for Bayleef's character than I noticed the issues with Johto's filler. I recommend you check the video out in the description below. I put a timestamp in the link so it immediately starts with the Bayleef proportion of the video. So yeah, as much as I love Bayleef, I noticed a lot of problems. I recommend you check it out. Anyways, thanks for watching and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.